Good morning students, welcome back to the online classes. Today I am going to take poem 4, How to Tell Wild Animals. Now this poem is written by Carolyn Wells. Now the central idea of the poem is the poem How to Tell the Wild Animals by Carolyn Wells revolves around the dangerous ways to identify the wild animals. The poet tries to distinguish one animal from the other in a humorous way. The poet suggests that it is very risky to be in such a close proximity to these wild beasts. The poem is thus very educative as it tells us about various features of wild animals. So this poem is very simple, very humorous. Okay? In this poem, the wild animals are being told about their character, how they behave, how they show their identity. Now, the poet tells that we should never happen to come very close to these animals, because if we come very close to these animals, then it will be very, very dangerous and it will be very, very risky. We may even lose our life. So the poet suggests never come so close to these animals. The second thing about this poem is that it's very humorous. It's very nice to hear. It has got a good rhythm, and with that rhythm, we can learn the poem faster. Thirdly, it is very helpful for the small kids to learn the wild animals, about their color, about their character. Through this poem, the child can learn, because it's a very humorous one thing. Second thing is rhythmic. As I will explain to you, I will read this poem for you. So you can see that rhythm going on. So with that, the child can learn faster the wild animals. So let us go through this poem. If ever you should go by chance to jungle in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. So, in the first stanza, the poet here cautions the readers against the wild beasts found in the jungle. He says that if by chance you happen to go to any forest in the east, you are likely to encounter a huge and terrible animal moving forward towards you. You will notice that it is brownish yellow in color, and if that beast roars loudly at you and you feel that you are going to die due to fear, then you will come to know that it is the Asian lion. This is, if by chance you are going to the forest and you happen to hear a very loud roar which echoes in the forest, you will know that you are around the Asian lion. Some Asian lions are there around you. So it will be a very dangerous thing for you. You cannot save yourself. If the Asian lion gets the smell of you, he would come and pounce upon you. He will just jump upon you. It's very, very dangerous. And the moment he roars, we will be very much frightened. We will just get stuck. What to do now? Or if sometime when roaming round, a noble wild beast greets you with black strips on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. The simple rule may help you learn. The Bengal tiger is to discern. Now, the poet says that it is very likely that while roaming in the forest, you are greeted by a wild beast. The wild animal is very impressive in size, and his majestic body is covered with black strips on a yellow hide. The poet cautions that if the readers notice this beast and that if he eats them, then the simple rule will teach them that it is a Bengal tiger. Now, if you are walking around in the forest, you happen to reach the forest and you are near the village, you are there, forest village, and you happen to walk for an evening walk, thought of let us have an evening walk or a morning walk. Okay, you start walking around, and all of a sudden a wild beast comes in front of you, a very decent, a very kind type of kind look of a beast comes in front of you, who has got black strip on his body on the yellow background. Okay, that is the Bengal tiger. Now we know that tigers do not jump immediately. Okay, they just come and stand and look in the eyes, straight in the eyes. When they find that the person is trying to escape or do some kind of naughty thing, which is dangerous for him, immediately he will jump and finish it off. And that's what the Bengal tiger does. If strolling forth a beast you view, whose hide with spots is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is a leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain, he will only live and live again. The poet here helps the readers to identify a leopard. He says that if you happen to walk in the forest, you might encounter a beast with spots on his skin. When this wild beast will jump at you, you will understand that it is a leopard, as he will keep jumping on you and will tear you apart. Moreover, it will be of no use then to shout or cry with pain, because he will continue pouncing on you. So be careful and don't allow it to leap on you. So that's what the poet says, that you should not, if you are roaming around and you happen to see a peppered, a black pepper, very dotful, so a dotted, black pepper like dotted animal, that is the leopard. The leopard will just jump upon you and he will go on jumping and hitting with his paws first. He will be hitting with your paws, he will be biting you, he will leave you half dead, go back, jump again. He will just give you pain, lots of pain, and you will simply going on crying. And with the last jump, there will be no use of your crying, your weeping, your shouting, because he is not going to stop. Okay, the leopard is not going to stop. He will go on jumping on you and he will finish it off. And that's what the leopards do. And you will know that this was the leopard. If when you are walking round your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very, very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more caress. The poet says that while you are walking in your yard, you may encounter a creature there. When this creature hugs you very, very tightly, then believe that it is a bear. Bears are thought to be good wrestlers and can give a really tight hug, although a friendly hug is referred to as bear hug. If a real bear hugs you, then it may not feel friendly at all. The bear hugs a man to kill him. The poet further says that in case of any doubt, you will find that the bear will embrace you once again till death. Now, there's a saying that when a fat man, usually, when a fat man or when we hug a friend very strongly, very tightly, then it is called a bear hug. Okay? In English, we tell it, we say this, when a person is hugging another person, that was a bit tightly, then it is known as a bear hug. But if you find a real bear, if it comes, for example, if you are walking in your garden, okay, there is a garden in your house, maybe near the forest side, and you are just walking in your garden, reading some book or listening to the music or watering the garden, whatever you may be doing. From behind, this fellow will come, bear will come and hugs you. And once it hugs you, then it will not leave. It will tighten his hand, his hug, and you are finished. So you can understand by the time when he hugs that it's a bear who has come and hugged me, and you will be no more. All your bones will be crushed. Okay, it will be crushed. There will be nothing in your body. Though to distinguish beasts of prey, a novice might non-pulse. The crocodile you always may tell from the hyena thus. Hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. The poet here says that a novice, a beginner, may be puzzled and confused, and thus might not be able to distinguish between the different wild animals. Hence, The poet helps to differentiate the crocodile from the hyena. He says that the hyena always laughs as it swallows its victim. A laughing hyena's voice resembles humans' laughing sound. A crocodile, on the other hand, is said to shed tears while eating its prey. The poet thus warns the readers to not wait for the hyena to laugh or for a crocodile to weep. That's what it says. If you do not know about the hyena or crocodile, or even about the wild beast, the poem is very good. You will know what character the animals, wild animals are having. Different animals, a few of them has been told. Now, when you do not know the difference between hyena and crocodile, now hyenas are a very what you call bad creatures. They look very ugly. Okay, they don't look at all very beautiful. They are very ugly. Now these hyenas, they always laugh. Okay, laugh means in their fashion they cry out loud whenever they attack a victim or they eat a victim. Okay, they always eat the dead bodies. Okay, the dead bodies of the animals. They don't go and attack, very rarely, but they always eat the leftover food which is left by the other animals. For example, the lion, the leopard, or the tiger. So they eat, and while eating they laugh. Now crocodile is something different. Here hyena is laughing while eating, whereas crocodile sheds tear because of eating the the creatures. It is said exactly they don't cry. It is said that the water comes out from their mouth. Why? Now you may be knowing that when you swallow some big thing in your throat, you try to swallow a very big thing, or something gets stuck to your throat. What happens? The tears starts rolling, right? Or when sometimes you have a itching in your throat, like a cough is about to come, but before the cough, itching is coming, and you try to stop it. So what happens? The tear rolls out. That's what happens with the crocodile. The crocodile tries to swallow it instead of biting it. It tries to swallow it, and while swallowing it, the tears starts falling. And that's what the poet says, that never give a chance for hyena to laugh and a crocodile to shed its tear. So be careful when you visit a forest. The true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, it is the chameleon you see. The poet describes a chameleon in this stanza. He says a chameleon is a small garden lizard. It doesn't have ears or wings. The poet further says that if you are unable to see a thing on the tree, then chances are that a chameleon is sitting there. A chameleon is an expert at camouflage. It changes color as per its surroundings and is therefore difficult to see. This capacity of camouflage helps the lizard in saving it from hunters. So chameleon, we know the chameleons are the creature who changes their color according to the surroundings. If the surrounding is green, they change into green. If the surrounding is yellow, they change into yellow. So it is very difficult to see it with first sight. If you are sitting in a garden and you happen to sit on a tree, you are just going and sitting there. You may not notice chameleon there with first sight. But when you keep your hand, or when you see very carefully, then you will come to know that there is a chameleon. I hope you might have understood the poem. This poem is very beautiful, easy to understand the different characters of the wild animals. Thank you. Have a nice day.